Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, we're going to talk about all the big major things that were announced during yesterday's Raw kickoff.
Is a controversial star set for a WrestleMania world title match?
We'll go over everything we know about the Lee Fitting allegations.
And a major AEW return has been teased. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
All right, let's talk about the Raw kickoff thing that was held at WWE headquarters yesterday. It was about an hour long. You could have seen it on YouTube. Got a written write-up on the website from Scott Carlson if you want to check that out. Shout out to him. Very nice man. It's on there if you want to check out the written form. But we'll talk about some of the just bigger things that kind of happened on this event. It was, of course, preparing for the debut of Raw on Netflix on January 6th. Loads of people there. It was in that cool hallway at WWE headquarters with a big video background wall. And, you know, it's a very grandiose little narrow hall. It's cool. It looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks cool. But everyone was there. Loads of people. Some of the announcements. Pat McAfee, to my chagrin, Pat McAfee is back.
Let's go.
He will be announcing Raw with Michael Cole.
Yes.
I hate Pat McAfee. He loves Pat McAfee. So this show is Pat McAfee neutral, if you add those together.
There you go.
Logan Paul is back. He's going to be on Raw. He's not retired.
Yes.
He was lying about being retired. Who knew that wrestlers lied about being retired?
Wait a second. If he's lying about being retired, if Tony Storm's lying about being retired, what does that mean for Bryan Danielson, Andy?
Who can you trust anymore? Who can you trust anymore? God rest Terry Funk and his 20 retirements. Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship is taking place on the debut episode.
Jesus, it's stacked.
You'd imagine a title change there, perhaps.
You
know what, man?
Or a Becky Lynch return.
A Becky Lynch. This feud has been going on for about 12 years.
It does feel like it's been going on a
probably
while.
got to end. Kevin Owens on the holiday tour will be defending the championship, the Winged Eagle belt, that he rightfully won against Cody Rhodes.
And he's got a fantastic moveset, as he says.
He does. He's got a great moveset. So he's going to be defending that on the holiday tour, which is cool.
What was that?
I don't know if that came through on microphone.
He's going to spray Big X over it.
It's a crime just happened through the house. My goodness. Gunther is staying on Raw, which means Cody will probably be staying on SmackDown. He had a few words on Logan Paul, so maybe there's going to be some kind of cross-brand thing there. I don't know. And CM Punk versus Seth the Chef Rollins is going to main event the January 6th show.
And Tribal Combat,
Tribal Combat as well.
Jesus.
Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa. So lots of stuff going on. Look, the 6th of January Raw is a big, big show. We will have some special stuff the next day. I think we're going to do an instant reaction live with yourself and the Dadley Boys. You are a Dadley Boy.
I am.
Are you here that day? Yeah, it's the first week back.
I'm back. I'm back before then.
Yeah, me too.
Not these bloody part-timers.
First day to
Get me
second,
straight
baby.
back in, yeah.
Real ones come back in. I mean, it's.
I'll be honest, I'm not as grumpy as Hamflet is about Christmas, but I am with him on let's get Christmas and New Year out of the way so we can get to January 6th.
No. Christmas rocks. Listen, Christmas rocks. People have their own reasons for not liking it, but man.
Oh, I love Christmas.
Yeah, you can't
love
take
Christmas.
that joy from
Oh,
it.
God. Yeah, I'm going to wish for that. I'm going to wish for, I can't wait for January 6th, and then January 6th is going to roll around, and I'll be like, oh, no. I'd sort of given up on 2024. Now I have to try again. Try and be good. Oh, I'll still have like rolls of Jaffa cakes and stuff to get through first.
They-
I'll take them into the office. I'll just keep them in my bag and leave them.
Sneak them in your eyeballs. Why not? That's how I do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a big ass show.
Oh, it's huge.
Big ass show. And you'd imagine that they will be pulling out all the stops to make it as newsworthy as possible.
No doubt. Yeah, look, I was anticipating the Liv Rhea match to be announced for that show because they sort of said it was going to happen on Raw and then just didn't give a date, and I was like, you're not going to do that over the festive period, are you? A lot of tapings, a lot of people not really keeping up with it, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, January 6th, it is, it's weird because in previous years we'd sort of come back and be like, right, finally WWE's going to start trying again after a few months after Survivor Series, and they'd be like, put your feet up, don't really bother, wait until Royal Rumble season. Whereas this year, it's just been non-stop, hasn't it? There's been no sort of post-WrestleMania dip, no sort of autumn, fall, winter dip. They've just been going balls to the wall, and now it's going to get even bigger next year. With the Rumble being in February, which is weird.
Yeah. It's
1st of February. But
big old month of action. Lots of stuff going on, and I'm looking forward to covering it all.
Saturday night's main event in January as well, isn't it?
Of course. Yeah. First one was fun. hopefully the second one will be
And
fun
that is
too.
all on a big road. Obviously, 2025, the final year for John Cena. But it's a big road. January 6th, Saturday night's main event, Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and then, of course, WrestleMania goes down on the 19th and 20th of April in Las Vegas, which looks lovely in April.
Yeah, it does. Nice pyramids. Really nice pyramids in there.
But some interesting developments with regards to title matches at WrestleMania 41. On Backstage Pass, WrestleVote said they've heard almost all year that WWE wants CM Punk in a world title match at WrestleMania 41. No great surprise there, however. Good luck, everybody. Votes isn't sure how WWE are going to make that happen since they don't think Punk is set for a program with either Cody Rhodes or Gunther. And, he really wants a main event, doesn't he?
He does.
Probably going to have it this year had injuries not intervened and, well, The Rock as well.
That happened.
But, I don't know. I foresee Punk in a title match at WrestleMania. I think a few months back you might have even suggested that they would do Punk Rollins at WrestleMania, sort of a year after.
Yeah.
That's not happening. They're just getting that done
Punk's
and out of the way in January.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if plans change and they decide to do Punk versus Gunther at WrestleMania 41, because that's just huge, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what Punk wants. Punk wants the big ones. Punk wants to get his 3 3/4 star match with Seth Rollins out of the way. Look, I firmly believe that CM Punk cannot be asked working with Seth the Chef. It's on his face.
Yes.
It's right there on his face. But to me, that actually adds to it. It makes it better because wrestling is all about stooging and politicking and brothering and everything else. I have no doubt that this man backstage and every other person in that Shark Tank of a main event scene right now is going, hey, Triple H, I should get a world title.
Yeah.
Hey, Triple H, I should get a world title match. All of them.
We talk about, Rock, obviously. Cody's getting a WrestleMania main event again, but obviously your likes of your Roman Reigns, your CM Punks, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, etc. there. That's neglecting to mention all the phenomenal female wrestlers that they've got and people to come back. Becky, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss we've talked about. Rhea, Bianca Belair, Nia Jax is champion right now. Tiffany Stratton's got the briefcase. They're going to have like a 4-night WrestleMania in a few years' time.
Yeah, a big battle royal where they all hide in bushes.
But I do agree with Michael Sidgwick's take because I think all of it, we had bets in the office with regard to how well CM Punk was going to behave when he re-signed with WWE. And he's been a very, very good boy in terms of non-kayfabe stuff. And I think it has been, I think Sid's right, I think it's been a test. Can you behave for a year? You do that with the injury factor, and they're probably going to give it him in his first year, but regardless, you do that, you can have your WrestleMania main event. Saturday, you're not getting Sunday, that's not happening.
That's for The Rock.
But still a WrestleMania main event, and I think plans will work out. I don't think it's Cody, just that muddies the waters too much. Neither of them are ready to turn heel, are they?
Yeah, no, not quite yet, although there is money in both of them.
Oh,
eventually.
Jesus.
Especially Punk, gee whiz. I've been waiting for this Punk heel run since the moment he returned. Give it to me. Awesome. Good. Right, okay. Let's talk about Lee Fitting. If you don't know the name, I mean, you've probably seen it on the executive producer
Yeah, it should ring a bell. It shows at the end of every show.
Alongside some guy, Paul Levesque. I'm not sure who that guy is, but Lee Fitting's on there.
Good of Triple H to give him that nod, though. At the end of the show.
He rarely does that. But Lee Fitting is WWE's head of media and production, and he's been accused of some misconduct and inappropriate behaviour towards female members of staff during his time at ESPN. So Lee Fitting was with ESPN for over 25 years. He left in 2023. He joined WWE in January of this year, and he's basically in charge of production for Raw and SmackDown. That's his job in WWE. But it's come out, thanks to a really in-depth report here from The Athletic, that he was actually fired from ESPN last August, and it was due to his conduct. So a statement was put out from Norby Williamson, who is an executive at ESPN. It was an internal memo on the 21st of August last year. It said that Fitting was no longer with the company. It was really short and brief. Now, at the time, he had been overseeing the College Game Day show and all other kind of NFL and college football proper.
Yeah.
Big, important figure.
Huge stuff, yeah.
And he was considered a golden boy at ESPN to the extent, I'm going to read the sentence because the words used here are tremendous. Compliments to the sentence writer. But he was considered such a golden goose. So when he was walked out of the office after being fired, people groused at what they perceived as indecorous treatment towards him. He was escorted out of company premises, but he was the subject of a HR complaint from a group of employees in 2023, including multiple allegations of, and I quote, objectifying women, criticising their physical appearance, and making crude jokes, some sexual in nature, in the workplace. Apparently this went unchecked for years, and according to one woman interviewed, it finally caught up to him. So there's... I simply do not have the capacity to read every single allegation made in here, and he's denied a bunch of them through a spokesperson, sorry. But these include just a bunch of different things. Like there's certain comments here, you can read them on our website, by the way. Things like during a meeting, like patting his lap and saying, "I've got a seat for you right here" in 2014. He's denied. That's one he's denied. Jokingly asking female staff members for their hotel rooms. He's denied that as well. Bragging about his sex life. He's denied that too. There's a whole bunch of behaviours and inappropriate workplace conduct. Not good stuff. 200%. One woman he worked with actually developed a counter strategy. Whenever he really did something that was deemed inappropriate or said something that was crude or uncomfortable, she pulled out a notebook and started writing in it. And when he asked what's going on, she would say, just jotting this down for the book. So a little counterpunch there to the creep in the workplace, alleged creep in the workplace. Apparently he would often use the phrase, "It's okay, she's one of the guys," after making a crude comment to kind of like try and make it seem permissible. That's another allegation here. Telling people how to style their hair and makeup and outfits. He has denied this one again, but telling one woman that he worked with to pull your hair up in a ponytail before I do it for you, after she declined to do so during a text exchange. There's all kinds of just really inappropriate workplace conduct here during his time at ESPN. Now, while Fitting's spokesperson denied some of the allegations, they didn't address other ones. The Athletic they declined to comment specifically on what The Athletic describes as the broader characterization of him as someone who mistreated women during his tenure at ESPN, or why he was let go by the network as well. So ESPN declined to comment on his firing specifically, but they did release the following statement. ESPN is dedicated to maintaining the most inclusive, respectful, and comfortable work environment for everybody. Our people are the most valuable resource at ESPN, and we ensure our commitment by providing year-round guidance, including extensive support and training. On top of that, we clearly communicate workplace expectations for all while emphasizing care, sensitivity, and accessibility in response to any employee needs. Spokesman for WWE had no comment on this. He is employed by WWE still. He was basically appointed as Kevin Dunn's kind of replacement in January. So there you go. Big report. I would encourage you to go out and seek out the original report if you've got an Athletic subscription. You can, if you've got a New York Post, or is it Times? One of the two. It's the same company. You can log in. But yeah, there you go. Gross allegations made against the current WWE executive. There's no indication that any of this has happened in WWE. No allegations of that nature have come out, but it's a laundry list of stuff, and it sounds like an ingrained pattern of behaviour. Yeah, not a good look, as with many of these stories, which we unfortunately have to report. We're obviously not going to speculate any more on it, because it's an ongoing investigation, allegations, counterpoints, etc., etc. All I will say, fantastic reporting by The Athletic. It's really in-depth, like a fantastic bit of journalism across the board. There's loads of... It's a long read, but I would encourage you to check it out, because I think... it's important that outlets do cover things like this, because like PR is so effective, and in the waves of enthusiasm, look, we've just sat and spoken enthusiastically about the January 6th episode of Raw, but we're also going to sit here and talk about this, and it's not some pat on the back nonsense. It's just like it's a balanced appraisal of situations, and I hope that the alleged victims in these situations are doing all right and don't have to be subject to this kind of behaviour ever again. Right, let's turn our attention back to AEW with a big update regarding FTR on last night's AEW Dynamite Holiday Bash. Good news, bad news. Bad news, they are not cleared to return until the new year as a result of being kidnapped / attacked
beaten up at the end of Collision last
slap.
week. Yes,
There you go.
by the Death Riders. They cut a promo from Asheville, of course, ahead of their return. They've been doing some great stuff as well, raising money and promoting the fantastic cause that AEW is supporting there with Fight for the Fallen, of course. But bit of a tease in there, so it's very exciting regardless that FTR are going to be taking on the Death Riders. We haven't seen that yet. They have promised they are not coming alone. Who could that be? It's Adam Copeland.
Yes,
Adam Copeland, the former TNT champion and fellow Asheville resident. They probably just pop around. Hello, mate. Brought you some mince pies, and do you want to fight the Death Riders in January?
Yeah.
Which would be fantastic news to see Adam Copeland back wrestling again, who would be his first appearance since fracturing his tibia, ouch, at Double or Nothing in that barbed wire cage match against Malachi Black. What a team, FT Rated R.
Yeah, they're back in business, baby. And Copeland was out there doing good work as well, and that he didn't actually want publicised. So maybe I'm part of the problem by mentioning it now. But like, good guys, like just looking after the community and helping out. And also, like, I've got great admiration for anyone who uses their fame or renown to raise funds for a good cause. Like people like Dax and Cash have immense reach, and it's good. Like they're just using their spotlight to lift up their community during a time of crisis. That's what it's all about, and that's DIY. I respect it immensely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Edger back, honestly. Like,
yeah.
The Edger, jeez. I've missed him. I've missed the
I need it.
I need it. Hook it to my veins.
Fit to me.
I can't do one of his faces really well, but you know, I liked the Copeland, as Tony Schiavone called it. It was fun. He was having good matches every week. I really liked the Christian stuff, the Brody King match.
Yeah.
Look, I said it for Bronson Reed the other week, right? Maybe we shouldn't be doing moves off the top of the cage. He got hurt. He's been out a while.
Yeah.
Tell me that wasn't cool. tell me that wasn't really cool, and you're a liar.
Yeah.
So hey, look, you do silly things for your art. I respect it. I actually respect it. I'm not campaigning for people to get injured, obviously, but wrestlers know the risks. They're adults. They can do what they want with their own bodies. Looking forward to seeing him back.
Yeah, and I really hope 2025 is the year that the Death Riders get what's coming to them, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
We all presume Darby Allin's the one to dethrone Jon Moxley.
I think so.
I personally would like that to happen sooner rather than later in 2025. There's a few storylines in AEW that I would leave in 2024, to be perfectly honest.
The 4-way world title feud for one, baby.
Yep, along with a few others.
Yes,
perhaps
definitely.
one that's been going on for an entire year.
I tell you what, it was a real buzzkill last night, and I thought Dynamite was really good. Coming down from Darby Allin versus Will Ospreay, one of the best TV matches in ages. It was the kind of match that people fell in love with AEW in the first place.
Yeah.
And then here come the Death Riders.
The moment they opened the show, because I was like, what's going to make... We were talking about it yesterday. It was like, what's going to make... My brain automatically went to Ospreay Darby, because it's a big match, C2. Yeah. But then I thought, maybe they'll do TBS title. Mercedes defending against Anna Jay. And they opened, they were like, Death Riders Trios match to main event. I was like, oh no.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. And I'm not a huge fan of that, to be perfectly honest, but...
I thought Mercedes versus Anna Jay was really good.
Yeah.
I really liked Shelton versus Mortos. I liked the positioning of Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Yeah, Ricochet.
That's what Sid dubbed him.
That's good. In the ring with his silly suit, being a dork with the coolest man alive, the Hurt Business.
Yeah.
And then backstage with Swerve, I was like, that's Jadakiss laugh.
You thought that, as though this tells us about our backgrounds. You thought that. I thought, early John Cena reference there.
I mean, John Cena probably ripped it from the same place.
No, probably Jadakiss probably ripped it from John Cena, actually, mate.
Good artists. Listen, Nirvana, Come As You Are is a rip-off of the Killing Joke 80s. Everyone rips art off, man. It's how it works. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Good place.
Not Vanilla Ice. He would never rip off any other songs.
Oh, no, definitely not. Definitely not.
These went dun 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 dun. So it's a completely different song, mate.
Ice.
But yes, so just get back to it. FT Rated R, teaming up January 1st. What a way to kick the year off.
What a way to kick the year off. What a way to kick this video away.
Yeah. Get out of here!
Yeah, check this instead. It's not Stone Cold ET today.
Oh.
It's, what will I put in here? How about the best wrestling moments of the year?
Good shout.
It's been on your screen for about 10 seconds.
Why haven't you clicked it yet?
See you later. Bye.